7 most unique humans in the world. Nyakam Gatwich. South Sudanese model Nyakam Gatwich adds to the long list of world records in the Guinness Book of Records. He was recently named the girl with the darkest skin in the world. This 27-year-old model was previously known for appearing in many advertisements and magazines that highlight diversity of skin colors. Nyakam even earned the title Queen of the Dark. Born in Ethiopia and raised in South Sudan, Nyakam initially admitted that he had doubts about becoming a model. However, Nyakam was not discouraged. Thanks to the support of her family and relatives, she is now successfully building a career as a model and lives in Minneapolis, Minnesota, United States. Gary Turner. Gary Turner is the most flexible-skinned man in the world. The skin can loosen and stretch. Turner's skin was pliable like rubber because of a rare illness in his childhood. This skin weakening disorder is called Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. It is rare that only 1 in 10,000 people develop the syndrome. Turner is the former star of Circus of Horrors, the group that auditioned for Britain's Got Talent last year. He is now a player for the Royal Family of Strangers, an event that brings together unique people in London. Zhang Rufang. Zhang Rufang noticed a bulge on the left forehead around 2009. Zhang Rufang's grandmother has horns on her forehead that are 6 centimeters long. Worried about her mother's condition, Zhang's grandmother's children took her to a hospital in the city. It was found out that Zhang's grandmother had a cutaneous horn known as a solid convex skin tumor. The cause can be due to warts, skin cancer, or actinic keratosis, a condition that is often exposed to the sun. Most people with cutaneous horn are parents between the ages of 60 and 70 years. In fact, horn growth can be stopped by cutting it in an operation. Even the hospital promised to eliminate all medical expenses for the grandmother, but Zhang's grandmother refused. A Muhaji. A Muhaji, a man who is 80 years old. Since 1954, he has never cleaned himself again, aka taking a bath. So it's no surprise that this makes him the dirtiest man in the world. A Muhaji himself comes from a small town in Iran and now lives alone in Deza village, Fars, Iran. He lived a primitive life on his own by reason of wanting to live on Earth, namely following the prehistoric human lifestyle. Even though relatives had persuaded him to leave, he ran away and refused to do so. He said the reason he didn't shower was because if he took a shower he would feel sick. Ali Hussain Khan. Ali was born with progeria, which made his genetic condition grow 8 times faster than his real age. Even more heartbreaking, Ali is the only child who can survive after 6 siblings suffer from the same rare disease, become paralyzed, and cannot be cured. Even in such circumstances, Ali never gave up, and he hopes that a miracle drug can be found that can help him to continue growing into adulthood. Even so, Ali never gave up and hoped there was a cure for his illness, even though he knew that his life could end at any time. Tom Stonyford. From birth, Stonyford actually grew normally, but when he was 12 years old, he began to lose fat from his face, legs, and hands. Not only that, Stonyford's listening ability has also gotten worse. This super rare genetic disorder then causes Stonyford to be unable to store fat under the skin. But interestingly, this syndrome does not actually make Stonyford's bloodstream rich in fat levels. As a result, even though he is thin, this British man is suffering from a disease that is often suffered by obese people, namely type 2 diabetes. Larry Gomez. A man whose body is almost completely covered in hair, now proudly boasts the accolade of being the world's hairiest man after years of ridicule and bullying. Larry Gomez, of San Bernardino, California, has been nicknamed the Wolf Man because 98% of his body, including his face, is coated by thick dark hair. He was born with congenital generalized hypertrichosis, a rare genetic disorder that strikes less than 100 people worldwide, including a number of his family members. But, after making a name for himself in Hollywood, he has finally learned to embrace his difference and is now considered the world's hairiest man.